Welcome back to the channel and thank you so much for being here. I hope you're doing well. Certainly have missed you. I have not been able to do readings like I would normally do because I've been working and I've been working very sick. I've been going through a lupus flare-up which caused me to get a thrush infection in my throat and mouth, which was very painful and made it difficult to swallow, to talk, to eat. It's still not well, but yesterday I called the pharmacist and he called me, he refilled a prescription that I hadn't had a refill on because he felt bad for me. Okay, there's some cards turned over here and I found a card on the floor. It says, it's a text, an unsent text message, and it says, I think I miss you. So first of all, that is very significant because this was on the floor. I think I miss you. Okay, so somebody might be feeling like they miss you. I love when you fall asleep on the phone with me, and I'm afraid to tell you how I really feel about you. Okay, those were also turned over in the deck. So somebody thinks they miss you. They love it when you fall asleep on the phone talking to them or whatever, however that works. Because when you're texting, I guess you might not respond because you've fallen asleep. You've talked for so long. You enjoy talking to this person. It's somebody you're probably friends with. And for some reason, there's a distance between the two of you. And one of you feels like you miss the other. Or maybe both. But this was on the floor, so that's significant. This is going to be an eclipse reading because we're having an eclipse right now, and I want to talk to you about a few things, and the eclipse being one of them. We had an eclipse season, I think, that started back in September, and it was an eclipse in Scorpio. Now we're having an eclipse in Libra today. It's a solar eclipse. And in 2 weeks, we're going to have another lunar eclipse in the sign of Taurus. Okay? But I want to talk to you about the songs that came through. First of all, let me tell you the songs that came through. The first one that came through was called Water by Tyla. And I'm going to tell you the words to this song, okay? Water by Tyla. Let's see. Make me sweat, make me hotter, make me lose my breath, make me water. Make me sweat, make me hotter, make me lose my breath, make me water. Normally I can keep my cool, but tonight I'm wildin'. I'ma be in a dangerous mood. Can you match my timing? Tell me that you really bout it. Why try hide it? Oh. Talk is cheap, so show me that you understand how I like it. Can you blow my mind? Set off my whole body. If I give you my time, can you snatch my soul from me? It keeps jumping. Sorry. Talk is cheap, so show me that you understand how I like it. Can you blow my mind, set off my whole body? If I give you my time, can you snatch my soul from me? I don't want to wait, come take it. Take me where I ain't been before. Can you blow my mind, set off my whole body, Make me sweat, make me hotter, make me lose my breath, make me water. Make me sweat, make me hotter, make me lose my breath, make me water. Hopefully you can last all night. Don't get too excited. Oh, privacy. You ain't got to go nowhere. You can stay inside it. Can you blow my mind, set off my whole body? If I give you my time, can you snatch my soul from me? I don't want to wait, come take it. Take me where I ain't been before. Can you blow my mind, set off my whole body? whole body, make me sweat, make me hotter, make me lose my breath, make me water, make me sweat, make me hotter, make me lose my breath, make me water, make me sweat, make me hotter, make me lose my breath, make me water, make me sweat. And then she just keeps repeating that over and over. And I want to explain to you what she's talking about if you're not already aware. Women, some women, all women have them, but not all women can achieve the kind of orgasm that she's discussing here, okay? When she says, make me water, some people call that squirting. I don't want to get too graphic here, but women have what's called Skene's glands, and when you have these glands, it's the tissue that surrounds these glands that swells during a very intense sexual stimulation. So if a woman is very turned on by you and she has the tendency to have these glands to get extremely swollen because of being stimulated, the glands will secrete fluid during sexual arousal, which helps with lubrication. In some people, the glands may function similar to ejaculation and produce a mucus-like substance during orgasm. So there are some women that can have an orgasm that is so intense that it causes their Skene's glands to empty out. And what Skene's glands are there for, they're near the urethra, and they protect you from getting UTIs and things like that. So the stuff that comes out of them can sometimes make you feel like you've wet the bed. Like literally, it can be so much that it feels like you've peed on yourself, but that's not what it is. And it's important that if this ever happens to you, that you don't embarrass the woman that it happens to, because a lot of women that it happens to are already embarrassed because of it. Some of them don't know what's happening to them, and they're very embarrassed because the sexual experience that they have is so intense that it makes them feel out of control. And it doesn't happen with everyone that they have sex with. It only happens when they are extremely aroused. And I don't know how to explain it to you. I just know that it happens, and that it doesn't always happen and if it doesn't happen, it doesn't mean that there's something wrong with that person that you're having sex with. It just means that it didn't happen. So, don't get too hyper focused on these Skene's glands having an orgasm. But that's what she's talking about. She's talking about somebody that when she's with this person, she has a whole body orgasm, and it comes out in her having these glands empty out. So just be sensitive if that happens, because it is a very intense experience. Like, it'll take your breath away. It'll make you feel like no other sexual experience that you've ever had, okay? So just keep that in mind. For some reason, Spirit's bringing that up. So somebody definitely misses you and they want to be with you sexually, is what it sounds like to me. And that the experience they have is going to be mind-blowing, okay? And then the next song that I got, it doesn't feel like a cheap kind of thrill. It sounds like something very special. So keep that in mind also. This isn't just somebody you've met on the street that you've never been with before. This is somebody you're in love with. Alright. You may or may not have had this experience yet, because she's saying, can you do this for me? Can you make this happen for me? So apparently she's very turned on by this person, and she knows that her body has a tendency to have a whole body orgasm. That's what it's called, a whole body orgasm. And it's an intense experience. Like, it can make you cry. it can make you lose your mind, literally. Like, it's the most intense thing I've ever experienced. Did I say I? I didn't mean to say I. Anyway, the next song that came through was Nora Jones, What Am I to You? And we've heard this song on this channel before, but I'm going to read you the lyrics. What am I to you? Tell me, darling, true. To me you are the sea, vast as you can be, and deep the shade of blue. When you're feeling low, oh, to whom else do you go? See, I'd cry if you hurt, I'd give you my last shirt, because I love you so. Now, if my sky should fall, would you even call? I've opened up my heart, I never want to part, I'm giving you the ball. When I look into your eyes, I can feel the butterflies. I will love you when you're blue, but tell me, darling, true, what am I to you? Now, if my sky should fall, would you even call? I've opened up my heart, I never want to part, I'm giving you the ball. When I look into your eyes, I can feel the butterflies. Could you find a love in me? Would you carve me in a tree? Don't fill my heart with lies. I will love you when you're blue, but tell me, darling, true, what am I to you? So this person is definitely in love with you. Definitely in love with you. But they're afraid that you might be lying to them for some reason. Alright, now we're going to move on to the next part, okay? Right now, we are going into a new moon in Libra, okay? The moon in Libra imparts the buddy system. Sometimes in life, all we want is to be with our bestie instead of a group of unknown people. The Libra moon speaks the secret language of the twosome in a crowd. It draws towards someone we trust the most and consider him or her as a mirror to ourselves. It is the perfect time to nurture our friendships and sharpen our muse. It is the period of realization about how often others see you as a person and your actions become your impressions. Under the influence of Libra lunation, you might become a socialite favoring easy breezy togetherness and connections. But be prepared for the confrontation and intense encounters with your enemies and also frenemies. You desire to look unique in every way. Your desire to look unique in every way urges you to experiment with your style and seek some refreshing and sophisticated look that voice your aestheticism. So you might change your hair, you might change the way you look. You may have gotten your nails done recently, you may have gotten a facial, you may have bought some new makeup, you may have gotten a new hairstyle, a new hair color. That's what we do. We try and make ourselves more unique during this time. The Libra moon magic symbolizes a need to pamper yourself. You know how to put your emotions aside and resolve conflicts with diplomacy without hurting anyone. It is your moment to validate your actions yourself instead of seeking others' approval. To attune yourself with its emotional tone and restore your life balance. Decluttering your space and meditating are your go-to remedies. So you may also be finding yourself decluttering, cleaning. I've been doing that all morning. Just getting things more organized and also doing more meditating, doing more reflection of yourself and the things that are going on in your life. All right, while we have the new moon right now, this is a new moon, okay? And it's in Libra. And that's how it's going to affect you. At the same time, the sun is having an eclipse, a solar eclipse, also in Libra, okay? And this is what we need to know about it. It's represented by the Four of Swords, which we know is a card about healing, okay? And this is what we can expect from this eclipse that's happening. It's a solar eclipse that's happening today. And it's happening at 1:55 a.m. So we won't see it on our side of the earth anyway. Right in the middle of what's usually known as the Libra relationship season, eclipse season kicks off. This is the second eclipse season of 2023. It started back, I think, in September, and it was a very emotional time for me personally. I was going through a lot of crying and shedding and deciding who was going to stay and who was going to go. There was a lot of transformation going on in my life. Anyway, this is the second eclipse season of 2023, and with both eclipses ruled by the planet Venus, our connections and bonds are all up for change, okay? Eclipses are by nature not always easy. They require some sort of sacrifice in order to bring their gifts. Everything is amplified, expanded, more intense. For those of us with planets between 20 and 22 degrees of the cardinal signs, Libra, Aries, Capricorn, or Cancer, this is going to be very impactful. And I think my Aries it falls within that range. And also my ascending sign is normally Aquarius, but right now it's Pisces. I have a dual ascendant, and right now I'm in my Pisces ascending sign. So it's going to be very impactful over the next 6 months up to 2 years. Powerful shifts are on the cards. Collectively, the eclipse is about fine-tuning our relationships and deciding which ones are working for us and which ones aren't. Being a supercharged new moon, it's possible that new bonds can be formed. So you might meet somebody new that's a very special person. It's possible that new bonds can be formed, but there'll be some sort of catch. Nothing comes free during eclipse season. Mercury is conjunct the lunation, bringing the energy of diplomacy and compromise, qualities which go far to help navigate through the trickier moments. Venus, the ruler of this eclipse, is angled to Saturn in a tense opposition, inviting us to balance, give and take, to dig deep, find our true value, and ask for what we are worth. The eclipse also has an applying square to Pluto and is in what's known as the degree of Via Combusta, 15 Scorpio to 14 Libra. The square with Pluto is indicative of traumas and wounds coming up to the surface, wounds that have to be faced and healed. Enlisting the help of a relationship mediator, psychologist, or healer may be just what we need to clear the slate and start actively working with our relationship issues. It may also be important to acknowledge any personal or co-created wounds we have with friends, exes, partners, or other people so we can make some concerted progress. Yet with Pluto, there's the chance that we have to first destroy and purge in order for any transformation to happen. It's not a pretty process, but it is the way of nature. It's always darkest right before the dawn, and facing our shadow will ultimately empower us. Via Combusta means the fiery way, mainly used in horary question-based astrology. This rule can also apply to describing the energy of an eclipse. This may reflect a time where we feel particularly agitated, and because of this, we need to take some time to reflect before we take any sort of action. Libra's greatest strength and weakness is decision making, looking at a relationship situation from all angles in a fair, rational, and level-headed manner. are exactly the qualities we need to assess qualities that are readily available. The eclipse is also only 2 degrees away from the fixed star Spica, which offers a potential way out of the drama. Spica is one of the luckiest stars in terms of astrology, also named the Fortune One. This brings us all the opportunity to act with dignity, gain the support and help of our friends, and initiate artistic and altruistic projects which ultimately give us the gift of success. This is one of the more positive elements of this eclipse, and turning into it will help us find our way through this intense and ever-changing period. So right now we're going through a solar eclipse, okay? And in 2 weeks we're going to be going through, like I said, a lunar eclipse. Hold on. Let's see if I can find it again. Where did it go? Sorry, I lost it somehow. If it's meant to be, okay. If it's meant to be, I'll find it again. We'll see. I think it's the report. Okay. That's the moon phases. The solar eclipse right there in Libra. And the lunar eclipse in Taurus, okay? And right after that, we're going to have a new moon in Scorpio. Alright, so the lunar eclipse is in 2 weeks on October 28th, and I want to go ahead and explain to you what that's going to do. This is one busy lunar eclipse with 5 out of the 10 planets linked to it. It's also the last Taurus eclipse in a series that has been unfolding since November 2021. Thus, this will undoubtedly close a very important chapter, a chapter themed around the polarity of peace versus drama, security versus change, and comfort versus evolution. These issues and many more have been the dance of the collective for the last 2 years. And hasn't it though? Oh my goodness. It's like people have been with other people just for security and only with them for the money. It's just been crazy. Excuse me. These issues and many more have been the dance of the collective for the last 2 years, making it essential to look back and realize just how far we've come. Seeing as full moons are linked to release, and this being the last in a long series, what final tethers that need to be let go of? Where can we finally untie the apron strings, take the training wheels off? We're more than ready to step into a new paradigm, and with the help of bountiful gift-giving Jupiter, we're likely to be rewarded for our courage. It takes a lot for Taurus to move out of their beloved comfort zone. Yet with the Sun, Mercury, and Mars in the opposite sign of transformative intense Scorpio, we have no choice but to move. Eclipses have a way of putting the cosmic foot all the way down on the accelerator, and if we don't take the wheel, the universe will. Besides, our values have likely shifted in a dramatic way over this time. It's essential we start living according to those values. Yet with the influence of Mars opposing the Moon and Jupiter and conjoining the sun, it's important that we take our steps wisely and with a clear thought out strategy. Careful calculation and planning should be balanced against all-out enthusiasm. It is not easy it's not an easy middle point to achieve, but it's entirely possible. Scorpio doesn't take anything less than an outright win, after all. So win we shall. The karmic doors are being flung open, and it'll take boldness to face down our shadows and transmute them into valuable resources. Yet that's the gift of the Taurus Scorpio axis, transforming that material, be it trauma, pain, shadow, even raw talent and energy, and creating something tangible from it. The ruler of this eclipse, Venus, bids her time in Virgo, ensuring that the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. She likes the plethora of planets in perspective. Scorpio understands the value of knowledge, of growth, of deep earthly wisdom. In so many ways, this is a therapeutic eclipse, bringing to fruition the healing we've done over the last 2 years. A last word, with this being a hybrid eclipse, meaning that the moon's nodes are in signs different to the Luna and the Sun. There's a huge focus on relationships, on the balance of masculine and feminine. Certain connections may have to be released in order for the inevitable new growth to happen. The growth that springs forth from this tumultuous moment in time. Yet if we keep the attitude that this is for our highest evolution, we'll soon see the gift in this release. So, what I'm understanding here is that we're going to have an eclipse of the sun today that's going to bring up emotional stuff that you're going to have to deal with. And you may even need a therapist, and it could last up to a year. 2 weeks to a year, depending on how much work you did back during the Scorpio eclipse that we had earlier this year. And I did a lot of emotional shedding. I was letting go of a 20-year marriage, and also letting go of an important friendship in my life that I was not allowed to have for whatever reason. Letting go of a lot of important friendships in my life that I was not allowed to have for whatever reason. And now I'm having to face my shadow about other things. Work being one of them. Trying to decide if where I'm at is where I'm supposed to be. Whatever you're going through right now, you're right where you're supposed to be. But somebody misses somebody, and this person is wanting to be with them. They want to be with this person badly, and they're sexually attracted to them. And for some reason, it was brought out about how some women, when they get very, very turned on, have an unusual ejaculation that happens because of their skin glands. And I brought that up only so that if you've never experienced that and it happens to you, that you don't freak out and go, what the hell is wrong with me? Because it's a very intense feeling, and it can cause you to make a big wet mess, okay? Some men think that it's the goal, and if they can have that experience with a woman, that they have somehow done something special, and they have. But just because it doesn't happen doesn't mean that the sexual experience wasn't special. It just wasn't a whole body orgasm. Don't ask me why, but that happens with certain people, and then it doesn't usually happen with very many. I'll just say that. It can even happen when you're having fun by yourself. Okay. All right, Spirit. Let me hush now. I've said enough. I've tried to give you as much information as I could about what's going on right now astrologically, which is a lot. So let's see what virtues Spirit's working on. Spirit, what kind of virtues are you working on during this eclipse, this solar eclipse? The solar eclipse is in Libra. Spirit's trying to give us joy, y'all. Spirit wants us to have joy, peace, beautiful, and compassion. Be compassionate to one another. Show one another compassion. Be happy and be at peace. I mean, how much easier can you ask for? Like, that's beautiful. Alright, let's see what's going on. I'm going to use... Okay. I'm going to use the red deck. We may use both. How are you working in the collective? That didn't take long. I'm having to dig for it unless it turned all the way over. I thought I saw a card turn over. Maybe not. It must have turned all the way over. Alright, how are you working in this collective? Well, that came out with force. Temperance came out. So we have a Sagittarius spirit has working. Sagittarius is working. Spirit has Sagittarius at work here. The Sagittarius card, the Temperance card, is bringing us control. We're controlling ourselves. We're having self-control right now during this eclipse, okay? We're learning self-control. There's a tower on the bottom of the deck. Hold on one second, please. Okay, sorry for the interruption. Miss Mary has company. So, right now the way Spirit's working is we're getting Sagittarius' self-control. You may be dealing with a Sagittarius or you may be one, okay? Alright, energy to overcome right now, Spirit. The High Priest is here. So there's a masculine that has, they may play chess. They may use hand signals for some reason or sign language. They have a lot of secret knowledge. They're very spiritual. They are psychic even. But that's the energy to overcome, okay? And what's going to pull it together? There's a tower. There's a tower. Something that hasn't ended. There's more cards here that are bonus cards. And on the bottom of the deck, we have charity in reverse. Remember, we're going to learn how to give and take equally and to expect that from other people and to let them know I expect to be treated with respect and dignity. Alright, so our bonus cards are the High Priestess in reverse, the Moon upright, and the Devil upright. So what's working is Spirit's giving us self-control. The energy to overcome is this masculine who is very spiritual. This person could even be to the point of being like a hypocrite. When the energy to overcome is the High Priest or the High Priestess, I don't know yet. I'll have to pull a card on it. But what's going to pull it together is a moment of clarity about something that will not end. And it's a relationship in your life that you've been holding on to because it brings you comfort, security, and you have to work through whatever this is, or the universe is going to do something to work through it for you. The structure that's been built here is no longer able to sustain the situation that you're in. And this tower is going to be struck by lightning. Something is going to strike your tower down. And the people in it are coming out. They're coming out, okay? And it's because we have refused to do this ourselves. So the universe is going to do it for us. Does that mean that somebody's going to get hurt or they're going to die? No. What that means is they're going to grow. And the bonus cards were the High Priestess. So we're dealing with two people who are very spiritual, but one of them is not using their spiritual knowledge, the feminine here. Maybe the feminine here is, but what the problem is there's a darkness around this feminine. This feminine has been through a very dark time, a very secretive time. I don't think many people know the darkness that this person has endured. And there's a devil energy at play here. A very strong, strong desire. I think this person has a very strong desire for the secret that they've been having to keep to finally come out. And that's what's going to happen here, is that secret, whatever this moon energy is, that they have a strong desire for. They don't think it's ever going to come out, but there's a masculine here that the energy to overcome is that they're so spiritual. And I feel that they're probably a hypocrite. I feel that somebody is not who they pretend to be. Like, this could be somebody in your life who pretends to be very spiritual, but the truth is they're not. And there's a tower coming, or it might not be them. It could be somebody in their life who is very spiritual, or at least puts out that pretense. But we're going to find out why that's there. I'm not sure yet. This is a very complicated reading so far. There's some over-giving, some codependent behaviors going on here. Show me everybody has a shadow. What's the shadow of this high priest? Why is he here as the energy to overcome? There's a man in your life who has a spiritual way about them, but there's a need for them to overcome this. Maybe they're supposed to be very spiritual and they're not standing in their power. They're silenced and fixated. Why is the high priest here as the energy to overcome? What's his shadow? He's embarrassed. He's embarrassed. He's jealous and he's faithless. Yeah, he doesn't have any faith. It has to do with his lust. He has lust. So I guess he thinks because he's supposed to be spiritual that he shouldn't have lust, but he has a lot of lust, and it's causing him to be embarrassed and to be envious and to be faithless. Okay? Now, why is my high priestess in reverse? What's her shadow look like? Childish. She's childish. And there's a warning here about being childish. Why are we warning her about being childish? Because somebody's insecure, dependent, power hungry, and they're selling out. So there's a feminine here who is supposed to be very spiritually strong. They have a calling on their life. Spirit saying, I'm warning you about where you need to grow up. Somebody needs to grow up. They're insecure and they're dependent on other people, and they have power. They are control freaks. They're a controlling person, and they're selling out. That's what Spirit's saying. This could be you're being warned about this person, because they might be embarrassed about you and jealous and have no faith in this relationship. This could be a twin flame or a soulmate relationship, and they have no faith in it. And the fact that you even talk about it embarrasses them. And they think you're being childish, that you're insecure, and that you're trying to control them You're dependent and insecure, or they are. Somebody here is, okay? And then on the bottom of the deck, we have disconnected. So one of you, and I think it's this feminine, is like, you know what? I'm over this. I don't need this. I don't need you in my life. I don't need you to make me happy. I can be happy all by myself. Alright, so I sense that there's been a breakup between the two of you. Show me why temperance is here, Spirit. Because somebody was in a love triangle and they had a desire to win. So Spirit is giving you the self-control to not be in this love triangle and stop having a desire to win. You felt like this love triangle was not intentional. And maybe it wasn't. Sometimes things happen. Maybe that's why you're embarrassed. Alright, show me why we're having to be tempered. We're being tempered because I choose you. This card says I choose you. It says, I'm sorry for taking so long to realize it's always been you. So you're realizing that you've chosen somebody. And this has always been who you wanted. Okay? And somebody is like, I can't control this anymore. And I'm not even going to try to prove it. Like, make them prove it and control is here. It's like, I am not going to make you prove anything to me. I can't control this anymore. I can't control it, and I can no longer hide this. And it's a new love that you felt like was a mistake. You had a new love and you felt like this was a mistake. Okay? What's the truth about being a mistake? What's the truth about it being a mistake? You're in denial and you need to make a decision. What are they in denial about? You've been making silent moves because you can't work. And what silent moves are they making? It was unintentional, but you couldn't eliminate anybody. So you've been making silent moves because you couldn't eliminate the other person. Alright, why is the High Priest here? Because he feels like it's not the right time, but it is the right time. And he's clueless, but he's not clueless. He's full of shit. He's like, enough is enough, and the only thing that he says upright is let them go. Everything else he says is in reverse. He is thinking, I need to let this person go. This is the energy to overcome, though. It's feeling like you need to let them go because enough is enough of being clueless and it not being the right time. So it's like, I've had enough of this. I don't understand why it's not the right time. So I'm just going to let them go. I'm not going to fight for this. I'm going to wuss out because right now there's a lot of differences. Alright, so why is the Tower here? The Tower is here because somebody has no regret for an apology that they never gave. They don't even have regret about an apology. So they're going to have a Tower. There's going to be something that's going to knock their castle down because they have no regrets about not apologizing. Why do they need to apologize? Because of being selfish and missing you. Self-pleasing and missing you. Alright, why is the World in reverse? Because you have a secret love that won't be in a love triangle with you anymore. And why is Charity in reverse on the bottom of the deck? Because something is unchanged when it comes to a commitment and somebody having some differences. Alright, and what's going to be the outcome of the unchanged commitment? Somebody's going to stop having a desire to win. They've been fighting it when it comes to learning their lessons and not being so arrogant. What's going to be the outcome of this relationship? your telepathy. You feel like you can't be, you feel like somebody can't be trusted. You're not telepathic. Like, I don't have telepathy is what you're saying. And I don't trust you. I don't want to reconcile with you. I'm escaping and I'm not going to stop because I have a lot of burdens I don't want to deal with. So somebody here has a drinking or drugging problem. And they can't be trusted. They're not telepathic. They don't want to reconcile. Can you show me who this is? Somebody who doesn't want to overthink about how you got away. It's time, and you're all in my head. They got away. It was time for you to be together, and they got away because you were overthinking it. And now you have been having late nights. You're not going to have late nights anymore. Somebody's totally over this. Alright, show me the energy of the person that's been chosen. I choose you. Oh, the cards are upside down. Wow. Alright, energy of the person that's been chosen. So you've chosen somebody. There's unconditional love and you're seeing through some illusions. You realizing this person loves you unconditionally. Maybe you thought they put conditions on that. Show me the energy of the person that was chosen. They've reached their limit. They're very nourishing. And they're tired of being rejected. So even though you've chosen them, you've kept them secret. And they're tired of it. Alright, show me the energy of the person that's been keeping them secret. Oh, it's a friend. This is a friend. You had to say goodbye to them because you didn't want to avoid this. You said goodbye because you couldn't avoid it. You couldn't avoid saying goodbye to this friend, and you were like, someday, somewhere, another time, we'll do this, but we can't do it right now. Alright, show me the energy of the third party that's involved, if we haven't already seen it. They're hiding something. And they're also running. They're hiding and running. What are they running from and hiding? Illusions about fantasy. What are the illusions they have about fantasy? They have the drinking and drugging problem, and they're getting clarity about something they misunderstood. They thought somebody was frozen, but they're not. What's the truth? What are they seeing the truth about? That somebody is shallow. What do you mean they're shallow? They're clinging to a new beginning, and there's a lot of tension. So it's like they want to start something new, but they're clinging. What are they clinging to? They can't let go. They can't face the consequences, and they're confused. So this person won't let go. They can't let go. The tower's going to make them let go. What's going to happen when the tower falls? It's going to be time for promises, and you're better off. You're going to have to, it's going to be time for your promises, your vows, and you're going to be better off. There's lust here. What do you mean time for vows? The distance that's been here is no longer going to be there. Somebody's made a promise that they're going to come and to see somebody, and they're going to. They're going to be better off. Why are you going to, or are they going to be better off? Because of deja vu, karma, upheaval. There's going to be a storm, an unexpected storm here. What's going to happen with the new relationship if they let go of this old relationship? It's going to be fate. There's going to be a divine detour or divine intervention that's going to cause you to know how much you're worth. Alright, and what do they not see happening here? What's hidden? There was something in the spring, and your dreams are here. Can you clarify that further? It was about deception. So somebody saw in their dreams that last spring they were being deceived. They were shown through their dreams that they were being deceived. And what's going to happen now? There's an opportunity for them to move or to start something new, a new opportunity. And they're going to have the courage from Jupiter to begin to take action on this new opportunity. Why is there opportunity in reverse? Because of the third party that's spying from a fake account. And why is that causing them not to have an opportunity? Because this person is telling them that this opportunity would not be a good fit for them. What's the truth? The truth is that it's your twin flame, and you know this. Secretly, you're thinking about this, and you're guarding yourself from being vulnerable. You know this person's lying to you, and you're guarding yourself because you know this is good for you. It's your twin flame. And what's going to be the outcome? You're going to have an epiphany and a breakthrough, that tower moment, and it's going to bring you freedom and opportunity from Uranus. Clarify the breakthrough. There it is. You're going to have some amazing, amazing, amazing sex and a reunion with that twin flame. And I just explained to you about the Skene's glands, so be sensitive if that happens, okay? Because it looks like it might. Right now you're cold and detached. Why are they cold and detached? Whoa. May I see why they're cold and detached? Because they want to have unity and they can't. And look who's here. Divine Masculine. Why can't they have unity and transcend this? Because they have no abundance, no gratitude. They're not present. They need to be empowered by the sun. They're going to have a rebirth in the winter, and that's going to make them open to receive this. What's going to happen in the winter? They're not going to have any chemistry. What do you mean they're not going to have any chemistry? They're going to end it with this other person because somebody has a lot of ego. Their family's here. Their family is here, and they want to have this union. Somebody's closed off, guarded, resistant, and has a lot of pride. And we also have somebody's going to tell you, they're going to communicate with you and say, I'm no longer doubting this. What do you mean they don't doubt this anymore? Divine Feminine is here with being avoided. This person is going to say, I'm not going to avoid this anymore. I don't have any doubts anymore. I used to doubt the fact that this was a real thing, and I didn't believe that twin flames were real, but something has happened in this person's life to show them that this is very real, or that's what's going to happen. Right now there's guilt for sabotaging this, and I think between now and the next eclipse there's going to be a profound transformation. Can you clarify why Divine Feminine's in reverse? She might be the one that doesn't believe in this. It has to do with something that happened last fall. Clarify what you mean. She didn't want to fight and have conflicts and triggers. Why not? What happened? She was trying to get on her feet, to get stable. And the truth never came out. What is the truth that needed to come out? that somebody had a lot of love. They were in love. Their higher self was here telling them that they were in love. But this person just would not admit the truth. They kept clinging to this other person. And I want to know why. They wouldn't wake up to the truth. Why were they clinging to this other person so tightly? Their spirit guides didn't want them to. But why were they? Because they weren't taking care of themselves. They wanted somebody to take care of them. They didn't want to go into their life purpose. So they were using this person for sex or money or whatever. Alright, where's the divine masculine at now in this situation? They want to go in a new direction and they're doing inner child work so that they can. Probably purging. They're probably shedding, crying. They want to make an offer. Maybe because somebody's pregnant with their child. That could be a pregnancy, that Ace of Cups. Where's divine masculine? Refocusing about making an offer. Right now, he's thinking about making an offer. What's going on with divine masculine in relation to divine feminine? Oh, he's going through grief because he's been down, or they have. What's going on with divine feminine in relation to divine masculine? Deception came out. Clarify the deception. Remember I said she realized she was being deceived, or somebody did? She's been healing since the fall from some deception. What was the deception? That they didn't recognize her as divine feminine. This person was telling people that she wasn't the divine feminine. What's connecting these two? The fear of change. The fear that you're not changing. There's things you're not changing because you're afraid to, but the universe is going to step in and correct this. Can you tell me what it is? It's that third party. It's the third party that you don't want to give up for some reason. And what's going to be the outcome? Right now, they're not going to talk to you because they haven't ascended. Once the universe helps them to ascend, what will happen? They'll have free will to have union. And what might they lean towards doing? They're going to have big dreams, and they're going to have no patience at all when it comes to their money. What are they going to do about their money? They're doing shadow work because they received something. They got a message from somebody or something, and now they want to go in a new direction. Why is their new direction in reverse? They may have found out about a job because of the twin flame returning. They're feeling the vibes. There's not going to be any destruction, and they're no longer at a crossroads. They're wanting to make an offer to this twin flame, and they're going to. What will happen when they make the offer? Somebody who's been pretending, I think, or why is Muse in reverse? Something's ending. They're going to be abandoned. Somebody that was pretending like they were real creative, and like, I think they were trying to act like they were the twin flame. And they're going to be abandoned, and they're going to end it with this person over here. That's what's going to happen. Why are they going through so much grief? Because of this karmic partner. Wanting to be alone, and wanting to put this relationship on pause so they can make an offer. Clarify the offer they want to make. They're seeing signs. What are they seeing signs about? A soulmate. Making an offer. Something that hasn't ended with divine masculine in the spring. So they're seeing signs of a soulmate making an offer because this hasn't ended and they're divine masculine. Something's going to happen in the spring. So the grief that they're going through is because of a karmic partner. Maybe the karmic partner left them and made an offer. But it sure looks like that person is making an offer to them. I think this karmic partner is wanting them to get married in the spring. How do they feel about that? That's why they're upset. That's why they're upset, because of the memories and the purging. They don't want to be with this person. They want to be with this twin flame. And this person is pushing them towards marriage. And I think it's because they are spying on this feminine. Alright, why is temperance here for this particular situation? The temperance is here because somebody feels like they want to have sex bad. They want to have a relationship. Oh my goodness. Okay. They have been in denial about wanting to have a relationship and to have a sexual encounter or a sexual relationship. They've been in denial about having a relationship and having sex with somebody. And somebody's been waiting and wishing while they were in another relationship. They are realizing that somebody has been very patient while they were in a relationship and in denial at that. What were they in denial about when it came to this? They were in denial about mirroring, not being able to heal, and this being over. The Ten of Swords and the Ten of Wands, you can't get any more over than that. So this relationship was over. They had chosen this twin flame secretly, but they were being very quiet about it because they were embarrassed and they thought it wasn't real. And something changed their mind, okay? Something happened that changed their mind. They became very spiritual, for one thing. I think their gifts were activated. They had a union with this person or a reunion, and their gifts were activated. All right. Why is the High Priest here? Because of public recognition. He's realizing that he has been keeping somebody that's very successful, that gets public recognition, waiting for so long, and that it could have led him to everything. That's what he's realizing. Alright, and why is the Tower here with the World? Because somebody's undecided if this is worth fighting for or not. And it's a friend, and they don't want to have to clean up this mess they've made. Why is Charity in reverse? Because of that darkness, taming their hunger, not having any children. It's like, it's time. It's time. You can't run from this anymore. You have unconditional love. You were supposed to have had children, or may have had children. And you can't tame your hunger anymore. That's why you're going through a dark time. Because you want this person bad. You may have had children, or you may be having children with them. There's a baby and a small boy here, like toddler. And it's time for this. It's time for this. And you've been going through a dark time because you don't want to have to tell this other person you're done with them. How is this person going to react when they say we're done? They're going to say, well, there's no more deception. What do you mean they're going to say there's no more deception? Because I never loved you anyway, and there's about to be a wheel. What's the wheel? Independence is here. What's the tea? And the Lovers. So they wanted to be alone anyway because of a choice that's been keeping them up at night. So there's gossip about this third party. What's the gossip about the third party? That you need to be cautious. They're over it and tired of the drama, and they're controlling you and pulling the string. What do you mean they're controlling? They don't want to hear that somebody's attracting like a moth to a flame, and there's something going on with their parenting. What's going on with the parenting? They've been burning the evidence. They don't want to kick you to the curb. They went on a movie date, but they kept it a secret. So they've been burning evidence about going out with somebody to the movies. And the reason why they haven't kicked you to the curb is because they've been keeping somebody a secret too, and they've also been doing drugs. And so what's going to be the outcome of this third party? May I see, please? If they tell this person, I want to be with my friend, they're going to pretend like they're falling apart, but they're toxic. They have to use sexual protection. And they're brainstorming and figuring something out. They're venting and talking about your issues. What are they brainstorming about? That somebody's keeping a promise. They don't want shit to explode. People are arguing and putting each other in their place over a crush. And somebody's a hater. Outcome of exploding and going up in flames. Somebody's a bugaboo. Somebody's in their feelings because you're calling their person a bugaboo. And they're fed up with it. And what are they going to do? They're going to destroy you by doing drugs. They know they fucked up. And they were expecting a baby. So they want to protect you and keep you safe. But somebody's been doing drugs and they know they fucked up. And now they can't have this baby because of it. And the police were also involved. They didn't protect you. They needed to protect you because when you found out you were pregnant and they weren't there for you, it looks like you may have turned to prescription drugs, and they know they fucked up by not supporting you, and they weren't able to have this child because of it. What's going to happen now? You're going to go to the gym, you're going to ride this out, you're going to watch shit go down and enjoy the gossip. Somebody's sick, and they're going to get caught cheating. Because somebody's coming in after you and you're busy all the time. Why are they going to get caught cheating? Card in the wrong deck. Because they're stalking from a fake account. And somebody needs anger management. And they need to chill out. What will they do? Betray you. They're going to betray you. And they're not going to run away. They can't run away. Why can't they run away? Because they got to check themselves. They feel like they're trash. This game is over. And they're insecure. Remember, insecure over here, childish, warning, they're childish. It could have been a love story once upon a time. And the sugar and the salt both look the same. But this person is salty as fuck. Alright. Let's see what would come out of here. There's going to be a lot of changes that are going to take place over the next two. Somebody's unavailable. It's a past life love. And somebody's awakening to the fact that this past life love is unavailable. Alright, so what are we going to do about the past life love being unavailable? We're going to take a leap of faith. And where will that lead them? To time apart. They've been longing. What do you mean time apart? somebody's going to get rejected. There's going to be an apology about money. Alright, why are they going to have a rejection? Because they have an addiction. What's going to happen with the other person? They've learned a spiritual lesson. They're having to wait, and they have a lot of passion. And obsession came out. What's going to be the outcome for them? Outcome for that person. They're going to have acceptance and come out of denial. What are they in denial about? That they need boundaries. What's going to happen to the person that's unavailable? They got integrity. They're going to have integrity. This is protected. And it's the new love. Second chance. Outcome of the new love. Somebody's going to make a decision. And what decision are they going to make? To have trust and not be on different pages. And what else? They're going to have abundance together. Who are they with? Who are they with? They're taking care of themselves and they're going slow. So they might be alone right now. Why are they going slow? Because of obstacles and healing. And because they're releasing this other person. Alright, outcome for number 3 here we haven't talked about. They have children and stability. And what's going to happen for them? It's fate. They're going to have a lot of fun and play hard, and you're going to use your intuition. It's the twin flame. That's the twin flame. They're going to get a second chance. It's a friendship. Yep. Friendship, twin flame, second chance. How are the angels helping here? May I see, please? Angels, how are you helping? Giving us gratitude and faith. What else? Miracles, huh? There's going to be miracles, blessings, forgiveness, unity, grace, and freedom. With prosperity. Let's look at your money and see how that's going to play out for you. How is that money going to be affected here for this divine masculine? Social media is here. Somebody's been unreliable. They're no longer going to be unreliable when it comes to business, something that they don't want to sell, and social media, or something they don't want to buy. What's going to be the outcome of their not being unreliable when it comes to social media? It's like you're supposed to be helping this person, but you haven't been. What's going to be the outcome of them being faithful? Science is here with odd jobs in reverse. Being a promoter and having good luck. So you're not going to do odd jobs when it comes to science. So maybe we're selling pills or something. Or maybe we're donating blood. I don't know. But you're going to promote this and have good luck. Outcome of the promoting good luck. A new beginning, being patient, and being on the right path. Why is it coming out in reverse? Because you're going to make a mistake first. And it has to do with not having any animals, using your voice, and taking off. There's going to be a mistake when it comes to animals. You're going to say something, and this person's going to be like, I'm taking off. You're immature, and I'm sick of it. Outcome of them taking off. A counselor, a mechanic, managing y'all's money, and having a loss. Something happened in the past. Alright, what's going to be the outcome for Divine Feminine's money? Divine Feminine, you got health. There's something going on with your health. You're going to be a peacemaker. And the office is here. Why is the office in reverse? Because of your soul tribe, your spirituality, somebody having a celebration, not having a strategy when it comes to something illegal. What's going to be the outcome of the illegal? You're going to have a conflict. Somebody's not going to make an investment. There's sports is here. Something going on with your land and your real estate. Outcome of the land and the real estate with something legal. You're going to be a workaholic. You're not going to be a perfectionist. And you're not going to unlock something. But you're going to be motivated because you're going to realize you don't have any options. And what will be the outcome of that? Holy shit. You're going to be comfortable and you're going to manifest a windfall and be in leadership. Anything else we need to know here? Somebody's a writer and their happiness is here. They're unhappy because they're in the underworld. Clarify unhappy with the underworld. It has to do with not growing up, parenthood, being unstable, and not wanting to help somebody. What should they do here? They need to have growth. They have a gift. And there's going to be a shift. And what's the shift leading to? You're not taking a risk. You're not sharing. And not networking. And not having a legacy. What if they will share? And you won't have to work and you won't be at a crossroads. What will be the outcome though? You'll get recognition. You'll be inspired on a way for recognition and not having charity. I hope that made sense. Alright, I want to see what this Divine Masculine will say to this Divine Feminine. I don't know how to feel and I hide my feelings. What would she say to him? She would say, I have too much to lose. I can't reach out. I don't know why this happened, and I feel so drawn to you. How does he feel, even though he hides his feelings? How does he feel about her? I can't get enough of you, and I want to start over. What's going to be the outcome then? I'm not over you. I don't know what comes next, but I do miss being with you. So what is she going to say we should do here? You inspire me. What else is she going to say? She's going to say, I find you so attractive, and do I still have a chance? And what will you say to her? You will say, I can be myself with you. And I wish we could go back. Why can't you? You're going to say, I do love you. So you're finally going to tell her how you feel and that you're waiting patiently. Alright, let's see what would come out of these. Since we did have one of these on the floor. What would Divine Masculine say? He would say, I can't stand you. You drive me crazy. What the fuck did I get myself into? I can't love you the way that I want. And they told me you were full of shit. What would she say to you? She would say, you're driving me crazy. I'm not a good person. I'm a shitty individual. But where have you been my whole life? And what else would he say? So she feels like she's not a good person. He would say, I don't want a relationship. And what would she say about that? She would say, I will never forgive you. You're so messy. and I often wonder how you feel about me. What would the karmic partner say to divine masculine or feminine, whoever they're with? They would say, I love all of you. I'm in a relationship, but I'm feeling you, and I don't trust you. So none of y'all really get along. Huh. What would the person they're in the relationship say to them, to the karmic? They would say, who are you really? You keep changing up on me. And how are you? We haven't talked in forever. So they're in a relationship with somebody they don't talk to. And it could be one of you. What would the other person say in return? They would say, I should delete you out of my phone, and is the grass greener? So they're in a relationship, but the person they're in the relationship with is also angry that they're in a relationship with one of you. It could be the same person, or they could have, remember they had gone on a movie date with somebody. They were burning booty call. Yeah, I think they have somebody else that they can't see. I think that the truth is that all of y'all want to be apart so that you can be with the right people, but you're afraid to make those decisions for some reason. You're having fear of change, fear of the unknown. What will happen if we change? You know, it's been like this forever. What will happen if it's not like this anymore? All right, message for this situation. There's going to be power somehow. What do you mean power? It's going to bring relaxation. Cool. All right, what else? It's also going to bring purity. Anything else? You're going to have thriving, success, and a new direction, a new beginning with miracles. So yeah, you're going to have this relationship. These eclipses are going to move you all in another direction, it looks like to me, away from these karmic situations. Just for fun, just for the hell of it. Let's see what Divine Masculine would say. What would you say, Divine Masculine, to whoever? You would say, interrupting is for assholes, but I forgive you. Alright, what would Divine Feminine say? She would say, just say those 5 little words. Get hot and sweaty. You're not being heard. I want to go on a real fucking date. And what would the third person say? Oh, they have a lot to say. They would say, listen to me. I want to have sex. Listen, I want to have sex. People are messy, but you should love them anyway. You need to cook me a fucking meal because I can't do it all by myself. So they want to have sex. What would they say in rebuttal to having sex, about having sex? What would this person say about having sex? Because it looked like they weren't having sex. They would say it's time for anal. So if they have sex, they just want to have anal. Damn it, boy. What would they say about having sex with this other person? This divine feminine or masculine? Whoa, they would say a lot. They would say, send me a picture. Tantrums are for babies. Stop trying to control everything. You fucked up. Deal with your drama, your exes, your old hurts and unresolved shit. And check yourself with, if you want shit to be different, you know where I'm at. Alright, what would the other person say in return, the other divine counterpart? They would say, I want to be alone. But they're still waiting. I'm alone and they're still waiting. So what are you going to do about that? Family shit's getting on nerves. I need a little break. And love is hurting me like hell right now. And one of us is doing more than the other. What it looks like to me. Alright, let's get some guidance, and that's going to be it. Guidance, please, Spirit. May I have one card, please, for guidance here? One card, please. I got 3. Queen of Hearts, number 32. Queen of Hearts. Your heart has been chosen by the divine to be a temple for spiritual light, an inner place where grace and healing can dwell. This is a very special place. A temple is kept clean and pure, scented with sacred perfumes of incense, made beautiful with our feelings of reverence and love for the Spirit, kept uncluttered and spacious. Yeah?
Celeste is gone.
Hold on. Sorry about that. This is a very special place. A temple is kept clean and pure, scented with sacred perfumes of incense, made beautiful with our feelings of reverence and love for the Spirit, kept uncluttered and spacious so that as much spiritual presence as possible can enter. When Spirit enters and fills this temple of the heart, things of extraordinary beauty take place. Even apparently impossible things become possible. Clear out your heart temple with forgiveness, gratitude, and love for the Spirit so it can be filled with divine destiny of being a sacred channel for beautiful divine grace. And then Shaman of Skulls, number 34. In your heart, you've been asking for something different. Excuse me. Something more, and the universe is answering your prayers. You don't need to be afraid of the changes happening or that are going to happen for you. They are part of the answers from the universe. You might feel uncertain because you cannot see how it is all going to work out, but know that the universe is caring for you and will provide a way for you to move through the transition with grace. You are not crazy to willingly enter this experience. There is nothing that you need to avoid and so much that you will gain. Something is ending. Something that has meant a lot to you. Maybe it's a relationship, a phase of your life, an identity that no longer suits you. Maybe it's an inner ending that you can't quite articulate, but you feel nonetheless. This is a symbolic death with a greater purpose. The shaman is spiritually trained to overcome the fear of symbolic death, and instead of avoiding endings or willingly go through them with the awareness that an ending is simply the other side of a beginning. The shaman learns that endings happen when something new wishes to be born. The shaman knows that this is ultimately for good and has compassion. Remember, compassion for the human mind that must still feel very uncomfortable and restraint to the process. So even whilst we may accept the change, even with gratitude, our minds might feel uncertain and afraid. We might feel confused or try to cling to what is ending. These are natural human responses, especially when we sense that the loss is irreversible and that life will never quite be the same. And it's not going to be the same because this person that you're leaving, you're going to have to put them behind you. yes, you can still communicate with them from time to time, but to be fair, you have to end it, okay? So that's up to you. You have free will. If you want to hold on to this person, the universe will handle it for you. Trust me. You can experience a feeling of being completely reborn, like a mythical phoenix rising from the ashes of what once was. The past completely burned away. It is not about forgetting the past, but it is the reality that the past doesn't have any hold over you. You are being given a spiritual blessing from deep within your heart to cast off any and everything without exception from the past that does not bring you peace. The universe wants to take it from you, so let it go. This is now a brand new you, clean, fresh, and ready to start again with the protective grace of the divine all around you and within you, shining bright and true. Alright, I'm going to stop there. I'm going to give you some initials. Spirit, who are you talking to? CEOYHSF12. BNMTGH4C. HMTMPIC number 6. OAZDTMK number 1. KAG4LPHP. One more time. GEWBJJN number 10. Alright, trinkets, please, Spirit. That would go perfectly with this reading. We have trinkets that go perfectly with this reading. I have a feather. I have a pirate or skull and crossbones. I have a green marble. I have a key, a skeleton key. I have I love you. I have a fortune cookie that says, my eyes are bothering me today. Romance could divert your attention away from money matters today. A piece of crystal, a cat's eye marble, you might have a cat, an angel wing, a tulip, a crown, an elephant, a skeleton key, a flamingo, a coin, a music note, the letter H, and so much of me is made from what I learned from you. You'll be like a handprint on my heart forever. We've been getting that one a lot lately. Now, whoever this person is you're letting go of, they meant a lot to you, but it's time to move on. And they know it, and so do you. They have somebody else, and so do you. Consider your impressions and follow them sometime. The bear, a bullet, a flower with a heart, a crescent moon with a fairy, a prick or cactus, an elephant with a heart on its trunk, a family's love is forever. All always remember you're braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, and loved more than you know. A feather and a cash sign. One more time. I got a key. I got another key. I got a feather. I got a rocking horse for that baby. I got an I Ching. I got the word wish. And I got my pirate. Alright, now we're closing. I hope you enjoyed this reading and that you'll let me know by giving it a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed and please share the content if you feel so inclined to do so. I really appreciate all the shares and all the support that I've been getting on this channel. What would your best friend say to you about this situation? Things will change with time. You are allowed to grow. Things will change with time, and you are allowed to grow. So, things are going to change with time, and you are allowed to grow. And now I'm going to give you something from Instant Magic Oracle, because we're having a new moon, and now is a good time to do that gratitude jar that we talked about. I'm going to do mine, because there's some things that I'd really like to see happen. Instant Magic Oracle. When we recognize our luck, our vibrational frequency raises. Write down 3 times that you have experienced luck in your life. So you're being encouraged to write down 3 times you've experienced luck to raise your vibration. And don't forget to do your gratitude jar, because we're having a new moon tonight. And that's where you take the strips of paper and you write out things you're grateful for. And you add more strips of paper of things you're grateful for. And then write a letter stating everything you would like to see happen by the next full moon. And put it in the jar and let it sit out in the full moon, and those things will begin to happen in your life. And it could take up to a year. It did in my life. But be careful what you ask for, because you will get it. Okay? I love you guys. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.